Hi guys. Oh, okay. Oh, bless you. Hi guys. Okay, so I'm back with a video that's probably gonna be the first of the videos that I'm gonna post. I have a lot of recorded videos already. This one is going to be the end of the year book tag, which is why I need to film it now, because the year's about to be over and this has to be posted before the end of the year, you know? So first I want to go through stats. Well, not really stats, just one. I've read 49 books this year so far. I'm currently reading my 50th book, which is Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. But yeah, so I'm gonna go through all of the books that I have read so far. Disclaimer, I do have books. My shelves are just empty because when I get back from New York, I'm going to be doing a reorganization video, which is why none of my books are on the shelves. But I'm not a fraud. I do have books, I promise. But I'm gonna go through all of the books. I have them like lined up right here. All of the books that I've read this year, minus one, which is They Both Die at the End. I don't have that with me right now. My friend is reading that book, so she has it. But every other book that I've read this year, besides another one, The Birdcatcher, I read on the cruise. It was in the cruise library, so it wasn't mine. But those two are two that I've read that I don't have physically. But yeah, so I'm gonna go through all of these books and then we will get on with the actual book tag. Okay, so I have all of the books here. I have 47 of them here. So I am going to show them. They are in order of when I read them. Like, I'm not going to tell you anything about these books because I'm sure a lot of these books everyone knows about. But I may tell you if I liked them, if I didn't like them, but I will not be going into detail about them because that's not what this video is about. First book I read was Twisted Love by Anna Huang. It was alright. Soulmates by Susan Lee. River Sing Me Home by Eleanor Shearer. This was pretty good. I did like it. Call Me By Your Name by Andre Aciman. Traumatizing for some parts, but it was good for the most part. There was just that peach scene. If you've read the book or watched the movie, you know what I'm talking about. 7 Days in June by Tia Williams. Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren. Love and Other Disasters by Anita Kelly. Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I love this cover actually. I don't usually like people like real people on covers. I like that one though. Sorry Not Sorry by Naya Rivera. Darius the Great is not okay. I feel like this is such a good book that not a lot of people know about and everyone should read it. It's so good. Twisted Games by Anna Huang. Full Tilt by Emma Scott, which is a huge book for some reason. Organized Dreaming by Xochitl Gonzalez. Highly Suspicious and Unfairly Cute by Talia Hibbert. I did not like this. I only finished the book for Brad, not gonna lie. Culty by Mariana Zapata. Ugh. Has my entire heart. Book Lovers by Emily Henry, which I also wasn't crazy about. We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid, which is my favorite Taylor Jenkins Reid book I've read so far. I know, it's a minority opinion. It's an unpopular opinion, I know. Twisted Hate by Anna Huang, which is my favorite book in the series. How Not to Ask a Boy to Prom, which a lot of people don't know about. I randomly got this book on Book of the Month. I was like, sure. And then I needed a small book to read. And this was it. And it was good. The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. I've read 2 of her books. This is the only one I've liked. Read this in The Inmate, which you'll see. Did not like The Inmate. Like that though. Time by Frederick Bachman, my favorite author. So good. The Last Word by Taylor Adams, also really good. I think I give it 5 stars. I don't remember. No Escape by Gretchen McNeil. Family of Liars by Ela Lockhart. All In by Emma Scott. Darius the Great Deserves Better. If you can't tell, this was when I was finishing all my series that I was in. Twisted Lies by Anna Huang, which I also really liked. I thought it was gonna be my favorite, but it wasn't. But that's okay. I liked it almost as much as I liked Twisted Hate. The Bride Test by Helen Huang. This was the first book I actually annotated, and I didn't even annotate it because it was like a great book. I really liked it personally, but I didn't annotate it because it was like, oh my gosh, so amazing. I just wanted to annotate a book and see how I liked it, and I actually annotated this a lot. This book was better than I was expecting it to be. When in Rome by Sarah Adams. If these stickers are annoying you guys, I don't know what to tell you. The Inmate by Frida McFadden, which I gave it 2 stars. I did not like it. It was either 2 or 1. It wasn't a good rating, I can tell you that. These aren't fall. XOXO by Axie O. I can't wait until ASAP comes out. That's the 2nd book. Oh, so excited. Queenie by Candace Carty Williams. I also didn't like this. I think I gave this a 1 star. Yeah. Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. I can't wait until the next one comes out. I forgot what it's called, but it's Soledad's story. I'm really excited. The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Yes, this book has water damage. I don't know how though. Like, I don't know how it, I don't know. Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. Loved this. Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. Also loved this. Things We Hide from the Light by Lucy Score, which is my favorite book in the series. The Last of My Life by Riley Sager. Loved. Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. Loved. Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. This book was so frustrating to read. Oh my goodness. Things We Left Behind by Lucy Score. Wildfire by Hannah Grace. I feel like this is going to be a 5-star series for me. I'm not going to lie. The First to Die at the End. Adam Silvera is one of my favorite authors. I didn't say they both died at the end, but I said it at the beginning. I read that in February. Oh, fell in love with this man's writing. He is also one of my favorite authors. And then Alice Feeney. Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney. I did not like that. And then Love Like Arms by B.K. Borison, which I also really liked. Those were the 47 books that I have here that I have read, and then Birdcatcher and They Both Die at the End were the other 2. So now we will get on to the actual questions. Okay, so now we're gonna get started with the questions. If you guys see me like looking down and around me, the books are all laid out in front of me so that I can pick it up and show you. So yeah. So question number 1, the most disappointing read of the year. Actually, I had quite a couple disappointing reads of the year, but I think the most disappointing, The Inmate by Frida McFadden. I gave this book a 2 star. I'm pretty sure. I just did not like it at all. I don't know. I feel like this is unpopular, but I felt like it was predictable. I felt like I knew what was gonna happen, and I did know what was gonna happen, which defeats the purpose of a thriller book for me. So I just did not like it. I didn't like the characters. I don't know. It just wasn't for me, and that's okay. Number 2, underdog book of the year. So like, I don't know, an underdog book of the year. I'm gonna say No Escape by Gretchen McNeil. This book, I didn't expect anything going into it. My sister told me to read this, and I was like, sure, I'll read it. And I read it, not really expecting anything of it. I thought it was just gonna be like a regular book. I thought it was gonna be like a 3 star. I gave this a 4.5. This book was really good. There was a lot of twists that the twist at the end I wasn't expecting, and no one really talks about this book. So I feel like this book was really good. It was great. And I feel like a lot of people should read it. I feel like everyone should read this because it's not a book that people would look at and be like, oh, like, let me read that. Good book, guys. Good book. A book that was overhyped. Okay. See, me personally, I don't think it was overhyped because the people who are hyping it up like the book, obviously. I didn't. So that's why I'm going to say it's overhyped, but I understand why people would hype it up, and people are they're gonna hate me for it. Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney. I did not like this book. This book was at a 2-star for me for majority of the book, and then it was a plot twist, so then I put it up to, I think it was a 3. I think I said 3.5 at one point. It's down to a 3. I think a 3.5 jump is just a little bit too much, so it's at a 3 now. But for a long time, this book was at a 2 for me. I don't like the characters. And it's my fault. It's me. It's a me thing. I don't like unreliable characters. That's just not me. And in this book, every single character is unreliable, and I didn't like it. So it's a me problem. It's not a book problem. It's a me problem. So yeah, this is what I'm gonna say for a book that was overhyped. But like I said before, I don't think it was overhyped because people who are hyping it liked it. I didn't like it. My favorite couples of the year. Oh, I've read so many romance books this year that how can I just choose one? Okay, I immediately know one couple that I freaking fell in love with. Russ and Aurora. Oh, they have my heart. They have my entire heart. They're so cute. So cute. I would say Zayden and Violet, but like honestly, they annoyed me, so like maybe not. I also did like Luca and Stella. They were cute. Who else did I like? Oh, this is a book that not a lot of people talk about. Jenny and what was his name? Jaeyoung? Jaewoo. Jenny and Jaewoo and XOXO. Oh, they're also really cute, and I think it's just because it has something to do with K-pop. It made me happy. So there's that. Oh, one more. Oh, 2 more. They're right next to each other. What was her name? Macy and Elliot? Yes, Macy and Elliot, cute. And then Shane and Ava. Ava, these two, they were also cute. Those are my favorite couples of the year. Yes. Next question. No, fave main characters of the year. Okay, so off rip, Zayden. Oh, you guys don't know what book Zayden is in. Fourth Wing. I mean, come on. Yes, Zayden is definitely one of my favorite characters of the year. And then also Benji in Beartown. Loved him. Who else could be in here? Who else? Well, I wouldn't say he's the main character, but he's the only person that got me through this book, which was Brad. So there's that, if you want to count that. I guess I didn't really have many favorite main characters. Oh, in these books, Henry and... Oh no, just Henry. He was my favorite main character, Henry, in these books. I can't wait for his book next year. In The First to Die, I loved Valentino. He was great. Yeah, I think that's it. I read a lot of books, so the fact that that was actually quite difficult at the beginning was a lot. New favorite author you discovered in 2023. Since I don't have the first book, I'm gonna hold up this book. Adam Silvera. This man. Adam Silvera is definitely a favorite author of mine. I read 2 of his books this year. Absolutely fell in love. I just bought 2 more. I'm going to get his entire backlist. I love this man's writing. Yes. Who else? Riley Sager. I read 1 book by Riley Sager, and I was like, yes, this man can write. So yes, him too. I think that I really liked Anna Huang's writing, but I don't know if I can consider her a favorite writer yet. But I did really like her books. Same with Mariana Zapata. You would think she's my favorite. You would think she's one of my favorite authors since I have almost all of her books, but I don't know. Happiest read of the year, like a read that made me happy when I read it. Oh, this book made me so happy. I was giggling, blushing, laughing, kicking. Oh, this book, so cute. Same with XOXO. So cute. Love that. Any other book that had me giggling and kicking? I don't think so. I didn't read a lot of like happy books this year. Those two made me happy though. Those two did make me happy. Most frustrating book of the year. Frustrating. This book was frustrating. I'm gonna tell you why. Just because in this book, there's a lot of the time in this book, you don't really know what's going on, and that's frustrating. Violet also frustrated me so much in this book. She was annoying. She was annoying. I'm just gonna say she was annoying, and yeah, this book was frustrating. Any other books that was Rock Paper Scissors was frustrating, just because it was unreliable characters and it was annoying me. Other than that, I don't think any other book was frustrating. Next, best adaptation of the year. So I don't even think I read Call Me by Your Name, which has a movie, but I haven't read it. That just fell. I also read Daisy Jones and the Six, that has a show that I haven't watched. What else? Oh, I know Beartown has a show as well on HBO, but I don't know if I can get it in the United States. So I haven't watched that. One thing I did watch, it's probably the only like book to movie I've watched, was Red, White, and Royal Blue. I read that in 2022, but I watched the movie this year because it came out this year. I had to watch it again. It was so good. And then Fourth Wave's coming out with a series. I don't know if I'm gonna watch it. I mean, I probably will since I liked it, but like, we'll see. Longest book I've read this year is Fourth Wing. It has like 630 pages. Yeah, definitely the longest book I read this year. The shortest book I read this year. Now this is difficult because I read Naruto this year, but I'm not gonna count it. And it's also my brother's room, and I don't feel like going over there and getting it, so we're not going to. So besides that, I think the shortest book I read was How Not to Ask a Boy to Prom. I have like 234 pages in this book. Yeah, it was really short, which is why I chose it to read it at the time I read it, because it was short. Favorite covers of the year. Oh, this is a lot. Okay, Culty. I don't know what it is. I love it. I love like a simple cover. This is just so pretty. It's like it's a soccer stadium at night. Oh, it's so beautiful. I love it. Next, I think I have quite a bit of like beautiful covers. Tomorrow, which I'm reading right now, also has a pretty cover. I actually love all of the Twisted series covers, but I think my favorites is the Twisted Lie cover. I just like the greens, and then I also like the Twisted Hate cover, wherever that is, this one. So my two favorite books have my favorite covers. I don't know, I just like the colors of them. I just like the colors. Where was this? Right here. What else? This cover. I'm gonna show this book so many times because you all need to read it. Are you telling me this is not a cute cover? It is. It's so cute. What else is a cute cover? I like the covers of Fourth Wing. That's cute. I also love Divine Rivals cover. Oh, it's so pretty. And like the hard, like the naked cover. So pretty. I think that might be it. Oh, here's another one. I didn't like the book, which is sad. Alice Feeney. I don't know. I like the cover. I do like the cover, but I didn't like the book. I liked the cover. I just didn't like what was inside of it. That's okay. This cover, so cute. Oh, I forgot the most important one. Beartown. I love all the covers in this series. They're so pretty. And I mean, like, there's ones where like the colors aren't as bright. Oh, I just love it. I just love it. I do. So that was that one. As you can see, I'm a cover girl. I love covers. Oh, here's another one. All In also had a really pretty cover, I feel. Okay, next question. We'll stop now. A book I haven't stopped thinking about. I'm gonna do this again. The first to, I thought I just ripped it. The first to die at the end, and they both die at the end. Those two. I will forever think about those books. Forever think about those books. They're amazing. Beartown, I will forever think about, and these characters. I still have the other two books in the series, but I still think about this book. I still think about Benji to this day. Can you guys tell he's my favorite character? Can you tell? No, you can't. No, you can't. What other book do I think about to this day? I think about this book, but not for good reasons. I think about this book because of how angry it made me. Because Celine annoyed me. That's why I think about this book. So, yeah, it's not for a good reason, but I do think about the book when I'm angry. The cringiest book I read this year. Maybe We Were Liars and Family Liars. I don't know. I just didn't. I thought it was very young. Is this a young adult book? Gave me young adult vibes. I don't know. I did cringe a bit when I read this book, not gonna lie. Oh, there's another book that I cringed only because of the trope that it is. I don't like the trope, and that is Twisted Games by Anna Huang. I don't like the bodyguard trope, so whenever that was brought up, I was like, And her smut scenes always make me cringe, because why are they talking so much? I don't know. That makes me cringe. So all of her books should be on here for that, because that always makes me feel like, okay. I think that's it. That's the only book that made me like cringe. I feel, Call Me by Your Name. It's literally only one scene in this book. It's the peach scene, and that will forever make me cringe. Ugh, I don't like it. Why would you put that in there? That's nasty. Anyway, next question. An unpopular book that I loved. Okay, these have both been said already, but I'm gonna say them again. XOXO by Axio and No Escape by Gretchen McNeil. These two. They're so unpopular. No one talks about them, but everyone should be talking about them because they're so good. They're so good. Talk about them. Read them. Tell me how you like them. Is there another one that talks about a book that I didn't like? No. But okay, going back to the first question, because I forgot, a most disappointing book, Queenie. I gave this book a 1. Yeah, I gave that book a 1 star. I didn't like it at all. I felt like there were so many, like, because I feel like there was so much representation in that book that she could have done well, and she just didn't. I actually felt it was pretty offensive as a Black woman. I felt it was pretty offensive, and I didn't like it. So it's a 1 star. I won't go into detail, but I didn't like it. And I mean, it's valid. My opinions are valid. And I didn't like it, and I don't recommend it. not gonna lie to you, I don't recommend it at all. The highest rated and lowest rated that I've read. So I think, let's go to my Goodreads, actually, while we're doing this. I'm pretty sure the highest rated, the lowest rated is The Birdcatcher by Gail Jones. I agree with. It has a 3.04. And I agree. I gave it a 2 star. I didn't like it. I thought it was boring, and I thought it was quite confusing at times. And I thought, like, the synopsis on the back of the book was literally a third of the story. The other 2/3 was something completely different that if I knew about it, I probably wouldn't have picked up the book. The most rated, the highest rated. Oh, I'd be surprised. I would be really surprised. It's Fourth Wing. And no, of course, I don't disagree. Because I rated this 5 stars. So no, I don't disagree at all. I agree with both ratings. I agree with Fourth Wing being my highest rated and The Birdcatcher being my lowest rated. My favorite quotes of the year. Okay, did I write them down? I did write down some quotes, but I don't. Okay, there was one quote from Rock, Paper, Scissors that I thought was hilarious. It says, but men are predisposed to exaggeration. And I thought it was hilarious because they are. They are. I live for 3 boys in my house. They're dramatic, okay? They're dramatic. So, yes, I agree with that. I thought that one was funny. But there was a lot of other quotes that I had in this book. Well, not in this book. Like Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. I have so many pretty nice quotes. It says, here's one. Okay, latte. It says, to play requires trust and love. True. And then this other one that I liked, it says, to allow yourself to play with another person is no small risk. It means allowing yourself to be open, to be exposed, to be hurt. So deep. Oh my goodness. But yeah. And then it also says, to be good at something is not quite the same as loving it. True. Okay, ma'am, you are going to town. We're not doing that. So those are my favorite quotes of the year. Book with the most unique concept. I think probably the First to Die, They Both Die at the End series, because it has this death cast system, which I thought was never something that I have seen in a book. So I thought it was very different, and I thought he did it well. I thought he did it amazingly. Yes. So that was something I've never seen before. That was a concept I've never read about before. And I liked it. I've only read 1 memoir this year. Wow. I'm just now looking at my books and being like, oh, okay. Book you read that you would reread. Oh, okay. These are, I feel like there might be a lot in here. Where is it? I would reread Darius the Great. Is that okay? I really did enjoy this. I would reread these 2. Love in Other Words and 7 Days of June. I reread. Me personally, I don't reread thrillers, but if I had to reread a thriller, like if I wanted to reread a thriller, I would reread The Last Word. And I might reread The Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager. Are there any other books that I would reread? I'd probably reread Wildfire. I'd probably reread it. I like it. I definitely reread XOXO. And everyone should read it. Like I said before, just give it a try. Just give it a try. I'd reread Fourth Wing. But in order to reread Fourth Wing, then I have to reread Iron Flame, and I don't know if I want to put myself through that frustration. Anything else? Oh, I would reread Malibu Rising. I did like this. I really, really did. I reread They Both Die at the End, and I'd reread The First to Die at the End. Wow, there's a lot of books I'd reread. I'd reread Beartown. I'd reread this every year. I would. Yeah, those are the books I would reread. I would. Okay, so there's this book, River Sing Me Home, which is like, it's historical fiction. It's this a slave. She escaped and she's trying to find her children. I feel like I would reread this book, just because I feel like there's some things that I just didn't fully grasp. So I would reread it. But what I did grasp, I liked. So do what you will with that. And all these next ones are basically just like regular questions. Oh, you just saw my dog. So my 2024 reading goal this year was 50, I think, but I also didn't read, like January, February, I didn't read much at all. So I think next year, I don't want to go too crazy. I think what I'm going to put on Goodreads is 75. Was that necessary? Was it necessary? Okay. Anyways, what I would put on Goodreads is 75 books. But what I probably will aim for is maybe like 85. I want to read 100, but I think that's a little too ambitious. But I'm going to put 75 on Goodreads for my 2024 reading goal. And then what am I prioritizing reading wise in 2024? I think I'm gonna stop. I think I'm just gonna pick up books that I like genuinely want to read, and not books that I'm seeing everybody else read, which I mean always comes in handy when people are like, oh, like I read this book, it was great, you should read it. But I just want to like go to the store, see a book, pick it up, read it, and not be like, oh, well, what did someone else think about this book? What did this person think about this book, you know? And I also don't want to focus as much on the number of books I'm reading. I say that like I didn't just say I want to read 75 books. But I don't want to focus so much on the amount of books I'm reading per month. Because that was the thing that I did do. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, I only read 3 books this month. Oh my gosh, I read 8 books. Like, but I read 3 books this month and 8 books last month. Like, what am I doing wrong? You know? So I don't want to focus on like how many books. I don't want to focus as much on how many books I'm reading in a month, and rather just read, you know? Just read as much as I can when I feel like it, and not force myself to read if I don't want to read, you know? So yeah, that was my end of the year book tag. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and maybe you guys got some new books out of this, books that you guys want to read, books that you guys know you don't want to read now. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Comment down below anything else you guys want to see, any video ideas. I have some, but not many, so comment them down below. But yeah, other than that, I'll see you guys later. Bye.